Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. This is Smart TCG. I just got back from Australia from the Oceania International Championship, so I do apologize for the lack of videos. But today I'm going to be going over my top 5 best decks heading into Knoxville and Bullcombe regional championships that are going to be happening this week. The metagame continues to evolve as we just saw Azul GG win the most previous international championship with Lost Box. So that does shake up, I believe, the top 5 standings just a little bit. But with that being said, if you enjoy the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It's the best way to help me out as a creator, and let me know also if you agree with the list as well. All the deck lists will be in the description, so if you just want to take those deck lists and then just head right down there and they'll be in the description. With that being said, let's get into the video. All right, everyone, hopping into number 5 here, we have Vikavolt. Now, Vikavolt is the deck that has most recently seen some success in the standard format. We most recently saw Cameron Shenoy get top 16 at the Oceania International Championships with this list, and then we also saw Polaris with a very similar list win in the senior division. And I definitely think that this deck is actually pretty strong in the format. You have Paralyzing Bolt being able to turn off your opponent's ability to play item cards, but this deck actually has something that kind of makes it special. As many of you might have seen over the past few months, we have seen Vikavolt paired up with Aerodactyl see a lot of success in the standard format. However, this list is going to be a little bit different, as instead of playing the Aerodactyl line, we focus a little bit more on consistency and also Path to the Peak. Path to the Peak is a card that works fantastically with Vikavolt. Being able to shut off all abilities on top of locking items is incredibly powerful. Now, this is going to be how you beat decks like Lugia VSTAR. You want to use something like that turn 1 path paired up with Paralyzing Bolt, being able to stop them from using Summoning Star. The only way they can use Summoning Star actually is by removing the path, which can only be done with cards like Pumpkaboo, as Item Lock shuts off things like Lost Vacuum. The only way that they can actually bump path is with a raw Pumpkaboo that they can't even search out with cards like Quick Ball or Ultra Ball due to Item Lock, which is incredibly powerful and is definitely something that I think can handle the Lugia VSTAR matchup relatively nicely. With decks like Palkia VSTAR also gaining a little bit of popularity once again, this deck also makes a really good choice if you expect any of those as well. The Lugia matchup can still be a little bit sketchy though. However, if they are able to hit energy attachment every single turn, they can sometimes still stack a Lugia VSTAR, get 4 energy on it, and kind of start to cause a little bit of pressure. However, if you're able to chase down the Dunsparce with things like Cross Switcher and Boss's Orders, you make their clock significantly shorter, being able to pressure them and then eventually be able to hit weakness. But overall, this deck I think is relatively strong, especially with Path really making it difficult for them to Summoning Star, and I think deserves a spot on the top 5 list. All right, let's get into number 4. Number 4 here, we have Regigigas, a fan favorite here. Rahul Reddy was able to take this list here to a top 4 finish, and I definitely think deserves its spot on the list right now. It has relatively good matchups across the board when it gets set up. However, it can be a little bit prone to tech cards like Dunsparce and Manaphy and decks like Lugia, or cards like Ice Cube and Lost Zone Box. However, if you avoid those techs, you definitely can't see a lot of success. Your goal is to set up one of every single Regi on your side of the field to then use Ancient Wisdom to power up your attackers. Your main attackers are going to be cards like Regilecky's Terraspark, Regidrago's Dragon's Horde, and also other attacks like, or not Regidrago's Dragon's Horde, Regidrago's Giant Fang, and then Regi Ice's Blizzard Mind. Dragon Horde is also something that you want to be using as well. So, all right. Anyways, this is the list here. I think it's really strong. The only thing that's sometimes questionable is cutting down to 2 trekking shoes, but instead you replace that with an energy lotto, which I guess is okay because this deck's biggest problem is being able to get energies into the discard pile. So energy lotto does kind of fix that issue occasionally. However, I do sometimes like the 3rd trekking shoes, and I could definitely understand if you go up to 2, go from 2 to 3 to even 4, I totally get it. But overall, Regi's is still very strong deck, probably the best 1 prize deck aside from Lost Zone Box in the format, and definitely think makes a good choice for upcoming tournaments. Also, Mario Path is broken, one of the most degenerate strategies in Pokemon, and can beat any deck in the standard format, which is another reason why I like this deck. So Regi's definitely deserves its spot here at number 4, and I definitely think is going to continue to be a strong deck as long as people don't tech for it. If everyone techs for it, then it will lose some popularity, but I think it's pretty good as of right now. All right, let's get into number 3. All right, hopping into number 3 here, we have Mew VMAX. Mew VMAX is going to be the list that Owen Kamerman took to a top 4 placement at the Oceania International Championships, and definitely is still an incredibly powerful deck. You have Aerodactyl VSTAR with that Ancient Star, which is arguably the best counter to Lugia VSTAR we have in the meta. A lot of decks try and counter Lugia VSTAR, but I think Aerodactyl is probably the most surefire way that you can do it consistently. If you're able to get up that Ancient Star, you pretty much just win the majority of games versus that deck. So really nice to be able to do that a lot of the times going first, which is why Mew is just so powerful still. And also being able to use Judge Path is one of the most degenerate and powerful strategies in the Pokemon trading card game. Fusion Strike system provides great consistency to a deck that desperately needs it, because this is a combo based deck. You want to power through your deck with Fusion Strike systems to be able to find cards like Power Tablets, your Choice Belts, and other important cards like that. Strategy is use Cross Fusion Strike to copy Techno Blast turn after turn to be able to take those knockouts, and you have cards like Power Tablet to be able to reach those big KOs when you need them to. Great comeback potential as well with cards like Rock Sand, and you can also pow pat it back to be able to use it multiple times in a game. Overall, this deck feels absolutely fantastic, one of the most powerful decks in the standard format, and I definitely think you really can't go wrong with it. However, the deck continues to place well. You might see a little bit of boost in Drapion V's in people's lists, but overall, still a fantastic deck, and there's really no complaints with it. All right, let's hop into number 2. Hopping into number 2, we have Azul GG's Lost Zone box list. Now, Lost Zone box still proving itself to be one of the most powerful decks in format, and it does not disappoint. However, this is a little bit different from the previous Lost Zone box decks that we have seen being successful with this kind of type of build. We typically see Kyogre in this build, except they cut it for more consistency, and we also see a brand new card being included, being Sky Seal Stone. Great to pair up with cards like Dragonite and Drapion to be able to take 3 or 4 prize cards on your opponent's Pokemon. This is still one of the most powerful decks, being able to use Flower Selecting and Colress's Experiment to get tons of cards in the Lost Zone, to then be able to use Mirage Gate over and over again. Overall, this is still a fantastic deck in the standard format, and I definitely think it makes a great choice. It does have a pretty high skill ceiling though, so if it's a deck that you don't feel super comfortable with, I wouldn't recommend playing it. However, I definitely think that if you know how to run it optimally and go through all the lines, then it's definitely a great choice. However, still is one of the most powerful decks, and I definitely recommend playing it if you know how to use all of the cards, because there's a lot of things that you can do with this deck. So if you know how to use it to its full potential, then by all means. However, if you're not 100% confident, then I would recommend maybe choosing something else. But it's still a great deck regardless. But anyways, let's hop into number 1 here. Hopping to number 1 here, to no one's surprise, we have a Lugia VSTAR. This is going to be the list that Regan Retzloff piloted. Pretty much the exact same list, except they added in Bird Keeper from Orlando, so just 1 card different, and the deck is still absolutely fantastic. Being able to use Summoning Star to get multiple Archeopses on the field, to then use cards like Radiant Charizard, Yveltal, and Raikou to be able to take down your opponent's Pokemon. It's just the best deck in format. There's just really no complaints and no flaws that this deck has, and it really can beat anything in the format. I think this list is absolutely fantastic. However, Raikou could potentially be cut, as everyone now is kind of prepared for Raikou, so you could potentially cut it, but I still like the card at times. But overall, deck is absolutely fantastic. Not a whole lot needs to be done with the deck, and it consistently proves itself to be the best deck in the standard format. It can beat pretty much anything, and if it sets up perfectly, beats pretty much anything. So anyways, that is going to be Lugia VSTAR there. Not a whole lot to go over. It's just the best deck. If you want to find a little bit more about Lugia, I have uploaded some videos on it. You can check that out on the channel. But anyways, that is going to do it for the video today. If you enjoyed the content, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Helps me out as a creator. That being said, let me know what you think of the list in the comments as well, if you agree with it or not. But anyways, with that being said, this is SmartTCG. Thank you so much for all the support as always, and I'll speak with you again soon. Peace out, everyone. If you're looking to improve your game, I do offer coaching on Metafy. I'm currently ranked in the top 10 players in North America, and I know what it takes to reach that level. If you're interested in just finding out exactly what coaching is, I do offer a free consultation here where you can book it, and we can kind of go over whether or not coaching is something for you. I do also offer training packages, which are just bundled sessions on top of the individual sessions as well. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a DM on any of my socials or post it in the comments, and I'll make sure to get back to you. But with that being said, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll speak with you again soon. Peace out. If you are looking for more exclusive content, I do offer that on Patreon. I have articles spanning from 500 to 3,000 words. I also have exclusive videos catered towards improving as a player. I have all 3 tiers here that go over exactly what each one offers, including free coaching in the Ultra Ball tier. Thank you for all my Patreons for the continued support. I appreciate it. And if you have any questions, never hesitate to DM me. The link will be in the description for my Patreon. Thank you so much. Oh yeah, one other thing. I will be at Knoxville Regionals as well coming up this weekend, the weekend of the 25th, 26th of February. So if you see me there, make sure to say hi. Sometimes I'm wearing a hat or a beanie, so if you do see that, then that's probably me. I'm also really tall. So, but yeah, if you see me wearing AirPods or something like that, just like feel free to tap me. You might surprise me, but I will be happy to talk to you. But anyways, once again, thank you for all the support as always. I appreciate all the love that this channel has gotten recently. I know I haven't been uploading as much as I would like to. It's just that with the format being, let's say, a little bit more stale than it normally is, on top of the fact that we've had it for so long. Content might be a little bit more sporadic over this next week or like next month or so. However, I do want to keep as much content flowing as I possibly can. So anyways, thanks for all the support as always. I appreciate it. I just want to let you know if you got this far. So yeah,